Okay, welcome everyone to another report. I will be going over some vital information for those of you who are following this report. For those of you who are serious about being a wise investor, serious about following these signals, these very highly accurate financial market signals. I will be chronicling these signals like I'm doing right now. You're seeing it. So if you're new to this, be sure to check out the previous videos and you'll be able to see November, the beginning of November, when I plugged in the information onto the MyFX book. You'll be able to see it and you'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to do the same in December, Lord willing. January, February, March, April, and all the other coming months, Lord willing. Okay. And by you being able to see that, I've done it before, but I didn't do it in the graph setting with the MyFX book, so then you'll be able to see it that way. But I've done it before in the past. But you'll be able to see it on the MyFX book, and you'll be able to get a better understanding. So a couple of things I wanted to go over as well. And first thing is first, for those of you who are watching these signals, always remember, look at the green. When you see that green section, let's make sure the date is there that corresponds to the date that you're in. I mean, more or less, if it's off maybe a couple of days, it's not going to hurt you, but still just make sure to look at the date so then you'll know how fresh it is. All right, that's like the freshness date of the signals. Now, these signals are not based on short-term, daily day trading. It's nothing like that. So if you miss a day, you don't have to go crazy. Okay, don't worry about that. This is about being a wise investor. And when you're a wise investor, I'll give you a quick analogy like I gave in the ebook. You're going up, all right? Now, I'm not going to use the example of a pyramid. I'll use the example of a mountain. But both of them are, the pyramid is just the symbol really of a mountain, to be honest with you. That's a geometric symbol of a mountain. But here, at the top of the mountain, it's where it's peace, okay? There's peace and there's tranquility. So that's where the wise investors are. There's only a few that will actually make it up there. There's only a few that's going to climb that mountain and make that journey, make that trek. But when you reach there, you're calm, you're level-headed, you can see a lot clearer than the people at the bottom of the mountain that are just at each other's necks, okay? And the people that are at the bottom are those who are involved in the day trading and the craziness, okay? So the world, of course, they're only going to report the craziness, all right? We already know there's a lot going on, but you can look at this report and you can see it actually reflect. And if you're a wise investor, you got the whole eagle eye view. You got the bird's eye view. You can see the whole thing from the top and know, wait a minute, there's nothing to really worry about here. I just have to wait. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You just got to wait. All right. So it's a matter of perspective here. So let's go ahead and continue on here. If you want to know how this report works, I highly encourage you to check out the ebook. Well, no, I said that wrong. I looked at the ebook and I don't know, that popped in my head. But no, check out the playlist. There's a video series I did called Understanding the Daily Financial Market Report. It's a 7-part series. It's on YouTube. There's a playlist, so you can look at all 7 parts so you can understand how to read this. With that being said, there was an addition on here, and we're here at the addition with the fire symbol. Now, the thing about the fire symbol is that's when everything's perfectly aligned. You're going to find a fire symbol. I will no longer be adding fire symbols on all perfectly aligned assets that have stressors. So I should probably maybe color code that. That is the new addition that was added to this. So I will, let's see, and I'll get on with the report, guys, for those of you who are waiting to see what's going on. Just hang tight. All this information is very important. So So if there's a stressor, there will not be a fire symbol. So it will count as almost an unalignment. I mean, the fire symbol is not going to be there. You'll still see the direction, but I won't put a fire symbol there. It gives a more accurate reading. So you'll be able to see that. In fact, I'll be able to show that to you as well as I move further and go into the charting so you guys can see. All right. So that's the only change here as far as understanding what this all means. All right. It's Win University because some of you guys are looking, this is a lot of information. Well, just like you go to school. If you're going to go to school, you got to take in the information. You got to learn all what it entails. And you have to make a decision within yourself that you're going to stick to it. And you want to graduate and you want to become something and you want to become a wise investor. Well, you have to start somewhere. It's not going to just be like the Matrix and just plug it in your head and download everything. And there you have it. You got all the information without trying. No. Okay. In the real world, you're going to have to work hard at it. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to make the sacrifice. That's just what it is. Okay? Don't get into this concept of trying to find some easy magic pill or some magic wand or don't get into all of that. Okay? It's not, guys, listen. I've tried. Trust me, you think I haven't tried to find a way where you can avoid the ups and downs of the market? I've tried that. All right? I've searched. It's like trying to search for the fountain of youth. And you come to this reality, this realization where the only real person that's going to know what's going to happen is if you're plugged into, you know, let's just say the bad side of the market game. Okay, those guys who pretty much manipulate the markets, because there's some manipulations that are in the markets. I'm not going to tell you that there aren't. There's manipulations involved in the market. I can see it on the charting. Some of it is very obvious, but it's not that obvious to a lot of people. But there's slight manipulations here and there. But outside of that, there's still some rule. There's still some law, some order within the market, because there's numbers involved and patterns and a lot of things that are associated with law and order that are outside of our control. You know, like mathematics. Nothing you can do. 1 + 1 is 2. You can try to associate something else with it all you like, okay? And that's the world we live in. People don't want to accept the truth anymore. They want to identify, you know, reality with falsehood. But that's another story and another topic for another day. But mathematics is the number in the language of truth. There's just, you know, if you deny mathematics, then you're just delusional. Let's put it like that. One item plus another item is going to give you 2 items or whatever. So there's some order here. So that's what this reflects. This report and the strategy reflects a lot of mathematical truth in it. So I want to be as close to accuracy as possible. That's one of the reasons why I decided to take off to not include the ones with stressors, because it reflects more to really what's going on. Okay, so what do we have here? We do have today's the 29th, so we have a month that's ready to start. It gets a little crazy sometimes when the month is ready to transition. That's not surprising, but that's not really what I want to make a point here. I just want to show you guys that here we got. Am I able to zoom in here? Yeah. Okay. So 29th, so we have the Forex market going really, really crazy. And that's kind of expected. If you go back to Friday's report, I said it without saying it. And I'll say it again when we get to the charts. So let's kind of go through here. You see the ones with the stressors. There's no fire symbol. Here's one perfectly aligned, but no fire symbol. Why? Because there's a stress here. All right. So theoretically, it's going the opposite direction on one of the on the current market movement. All right, I'm not going to go through all of these to show you that, but that's kind of what's going on here. Commodities market as well. We got some similar movements here. Let's see here. Cryptocurrency market completely going crazy as usual, but really crazy now. There's so many mixed directions, so it's at a 0%. Cryptocurrency does that. It either reaches 100. It's the only one that's consistent with its either. They could be, because they all move so similarly. They don't all have their own unique identity. They kind of follow the pattern of Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Not all of them, but for the most part, most of them do. So we have, it's going to either sometimes go to the extreme on both ends. Cryptocurrency does that, to the extreme of 100% or even 0%. Because they're all like twins and triplets. And a lot of them are very identical in their value and movements. And of course, we have the 75%, which is still counts as green, but we have the indices market. This is what you see what you're seeing in the news. This market here, Nasdaq is losing and everything's going crazy because of what's going on in the world. That's this right here. All right, stock market, but that are indexed. All right, so let's get into the graph here and see what is going on. We can see automatically we got some more gains. I don't remember what Friday left off with. I don't have to go through this whole explanation about the analytics here. This is a third-party company, and they calculate your trades. Let's make it simple. So 3 of the accounts are being monitored here. Here's the third account here. It's slightly down, not too bad, but it's anyway. So let's take a look and see what's going on. If we open this account here and see what's happening, we can obviously see. Let me kind of see if I remember a couple of these comments that I made. I wanted to really stress a couple of points here. So you can see this whole account reflects everything. What I mean by everything, I mean all the markets that are reflected on the daily financial market report. So you can kind of see this as the daily financial market report, or the strategy, how the whole strategy as a whole is doing, because it's an index of the Forex helper strategy. That's what I'm going to say. This is the index of the Forex helper strategy, which is why it's called the current market movement strategy. So you're monitoring it. This is what it looks like. Okay. Specifically the current market movement, I should say, that aspect of the strategy. But it has every asset that's listed on the report, including the cryptocurrencies. Now, the reason why this equity has gone so low is really because of cryptocurrency. You can see the 0% really took a toll. But that's just the nature. If you're going to trade with cryptocurrency, that's just what you're going to get. So that's the reason why that dip is so huge, but still at a positive. So I wanted to make a point here. Another point, I think I made it before. We're going to just look at the equity growth. This is where we're at. So obviously last week we were here at 18% equity, which is a pretty good amount of growth that's the highest peak that this has made for the month. Now, some of you might have taken your money there. Whatever you want to do with your money, that's up to you. If you want to take it there, that's fine. You want to start again, and some of you might want to start when it's at a low point. Say, well, I'll wait till it goes low, and then I'll place a trade, and then I'll collect with its high. Maybe you can do that if that suits your trading style. If you piggyback off of this strategy, I mean, there's so many different ways you could approach this. As long as you get access to this, you could get access to it by going to the website, signing up for it, and trying it out. That's the best way I could tell you. So last Friday, I told you guys that's where we were. It was just that downline didn't exist yet. But I mentioned without saying it, that the next pattern is going to be down. So it's like, kind of like, it's just like I said, a child could see that. It's just an up and down pattern. You're going to see this up and down pattern. You're going to see the up and down pattern. So you see, you have here, you got started off on the 4th, and it goes up and it goes down, And you have up, down, up, down. Now, how far down that's going to go? Right now, it's still at a positive as a whole, 3% growth for the month. That's pretty good. But we know that over time, overall, we're going to just see a steady climb up. Just like this is a climb up. Then it went a little higher, then a little higher. And we're looking for another higher move up. So that is the pattern. This is the whole concept of the market. This is something that is very important for, excuse the noise in the background. This is the concept that's very important for every wise investor to understand. If you're going to be in the market, or if you're going to use a strategy, if you're going to follow these updates that I'm putting out there. And I know sometimes I might sound a little irritated or frustrated. I do apologize for that. I don't want to come across like that, like a jerk or anything like that. I am here to help. So if you need help, and the best way to help is to put these updates out as much as possible. Okay, I do realize that, because there's a lot of people who needs help. All right. I will do that. There's a lot going on, but I'll make an effort to at least do that part. All right. And follow along. So another thing, one last thing I want to say. And if you're going to be a wise investor, there's no shortcuts in things. I mean, I've given you an example of one idea that you can use and utilize this to your advantage, and that's by maybe placing trades when we're at the bottom. But how do you know where the bottom is? That's kind of a catch-22 as well. I mean, technically you can see the bottom here, so if you want to try that, but if we don't know how far bottom that's going to go. Will it go to a negative 3%, a negative 2%? Will it go to maybe a 1% positive? I don't know. But I do know that it will go up again. Now, will this be a good time for someone to trade? Well, of course. This will be a great time for you to take a current market movement if you wanted to take it. Now, just allow, the market to do its thing. You might see some more down movement, and then you'll be able to get past that, and boom, you'll see some up movement. So I think this week we may see maybe a couple more moves downward. Who knows? I don't know. Once the stressors disappear, then you'll know that. You can see, obviously, due to a lot of stressors on the report, and then the numbers on the report, the calendar tells you too where we're at. You're gonna see quite a bit. You can see why this is taking such a heavy toll on the assets that are in our portfolio. So that concludes the report. For those of you who are interested in learning more, get the ebook, get the Easy Forex Trading ebook. For those of you who are interested in just if you're interested, I don't know, you could purchase the services. And I got some good news too. We got some more people that are coming on board to help. I'm so excited about that, because we need the helping hands, and there's some wonderful people. They're new to it, so be patient with them if you're going to ask questions, and they're learning. And it's better to have someone who, here, from my experience of running a business, it's better to have someone with not that much knowledge in the area, but has the heart to be patient with people and could tell you that they don't know, but I'll get back to you. I'd rather deal with humble, honest, patient individuals that will be so willing to help. If they don't get that on the other end, hey, That's just life, okay? But I would rather deal with people like that. So we have people like that are on board. You just got to straighten out a couple of things, and we'll get them on board so that they can be there to assist you if you need help, okay? Because I can't be everywhere at once. I can't. I'm not Superman. I never claimed to be either. Anyhow, guys, thank you for your time. Thanks for listening to me. All right. Thank you for being part of Win University. And remember, only winners invest in their minds for wiser returns.